See, I'm thinking about Tim Kernan, the administrator of this the CFO of this ministry. And he was out in California having massive cancer surgery. And he had to stay in intensive care for several weeks. And then we have put him in a nice hotel out there. And now he had to fly home. And I meant to bring it in. I've just been saying, God, lead me. Give me a word for Tim. I knew that one day he had to be rolled onto this is a man we love around here. This is a man we've grown old together. This is a guy that this cancer didn't come to somebody like Tim. Tim's a good guy. Tim's a great guy. He's been through hell. It got so big he couldn't eat in his throat, and they had to cut it out and redo his whole stomach, and it's just been a mess. Why wouldn't God just do it? Why wouldn't God just heal? God can heal that man. Why wouldn't God give him a fortune cookie that says, you are healed, saith the Lord? Forget it. It didn't happen. We tried. We prayed. It didn't happen. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. What are you going to do when you don't get the good vibe word? But you have to go through it. And he's getting better, and he's getting stronger, and he's back home, and the surgery was successful, and by his stripes we are healed. He shall recover. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. See, some people think this is not faith preaching. I beg to differ from you. My Bible said Abraham went not knowing. Faith is not knowing. Faith sometimes is a big question mark. Faith is, God, I don't know what in the world's going on in my life. I don't know why you hadn't. Why am I still single and 30-something? Why am I still single and 40-something? Where are the promises of God? All I can tell you is faith. If you want to sum up the whole Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, it can be summed up in just trust God. You're not always going to understand Him. Faith is not intellectual understanding. Oh, that's I see. Yes. I see. There are some things that's happened in my life that I'll never understand. I'm still scratching my head, saying, how? But you have to reach a point where you stop pointing at others. Saying, why don't you give me that life? Or why did you do that for them and not me? And you understand God has a purpose for my life. And that purpose may not always be whoopee, happy, fun. It may be, I got to go in here and I got to put my hands up and I got to praise the Lord because I know He's worthy of that praise. I don't like everything going on in my life right now, and I don't even feel worthy. You ever been in situations that just so wiped you out, you don't even feel worthy? You just feel like, well, the Lord sent me to tell you, follow me. I know where you are. I know what you're going through. Here's a shocker. I'm putting you through it. Because I want to know, do you trust me? Lift your hands up just a moment. The Lord is in this place. What is it to you? You don't know what I'm doing in them. And they don't know what I'm doing in you. What is it to you? What's going on with other people? I have a plan for you. Trust me and quit trying to get out of it. And just say, Lord, I'm putting everything in your hands. Look at me just a minute. I'm almost through. See, there's this concept that says if I do all the right things, if I go to church, if I pay my tithes, if I read the Bible, if I fast, if I pray, why am I going through this? That is so messed up. Because the godliest people in the Bible, the prayingest, fastingest, holiest people in the Bible went through the worst circumstances you can imagine. Not because they were not praying, they were. I'm simply confirming to you, if you're praying and fasting and tithing and giving, and folks, I don't mean to preach a negative message. I'm just preaching a life message. Sooner or later, if this is what your religion consists of, is whoopee all the time, what are you going to do when you're a football player and your leg gets messed up like his did, and you come in on crutches and it looks like your dreams are gone? At that moment, what are you going to do because every one of us are going to experience, I'm not being negative, I'm just telling you, sooner or later in your life, you're going to experience a tragedy. Isn't that something? Don't say that. Ooh, he's not talking to me. No, I'm not. I'm talking to just all out there. Sooner or later, a tragedy's going to come. Somebody's going to die. Something's going to happen. Can you look at somebody and say, he's telling the truth? And when it comes, you're going to have a faith that's a little bit stronger than this.